The Odyssey is in theaters right now, and it might be about to break into the top half of Christopher Nolan's highest-grossing films ever. Here's every single Nolan movie, from the one that made less than $250,000 to the one that crossed $1 billion, ranked by worldwide box office. At the very bottom, in last place, following from 1998, Nolan was 27 years old. He shot it on weekends over a year with a crew of friends on a budget of $6,000. It made about $240,000 worldwide. Nobody saw it. And none of that matters because it got him everything else on this list. 12th place, Memento, 2000, $40 million worldwide, Guy Pearce, A Story Told Backwards. It earned 15 times its budget, won a BAFTA for editing, and turned Nolan into a name that studios started returning calls from. The next film on this list cost twice as much to market as Memento cost to make. 11th place, The Prestige, 2006. $109 million, two Victorian-era magicians, one obsession, Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale at the peak of their powers. Released the same year as The Dark Knight production began, The Prestige quietly outgrossed the first Batman film, and yet it's still the one Nolan fans say is criminally underrated. 10th place, Insomnia, 2002, $113 million. Al Pacino, Robin Williams, a murder mystery in the Alaskan midnight sun. It's the only film on this list Nolan didn't write himself. It also proved he could work inside a studio system and deliver something commercial, which is the only reason Warner Bros. Handed him Batman 3 years later. 9th place, Tenet, 2020, $363 million. Released in the middle of a global pandemic, with most theaters closed or operating at a fraction of capacity, Tenet still pulled nearly $400 million. Against any other backdrop, it would have been a hit. Against the pandemic, it was a case study in how much a Nolan release is worth to the theatrical experience. 8th, Batman Begins, 2005, $373 million. This is the film that reset what a superhero movie could be. Not campy, not safe, not designed for toy sales. It introduced the idea that a comic book character could carry a serious film, and then Warner Bros. Let Nolan make the sequel without any of the usual studio interference. The sequel is coming. 7th place, Dunkirk, 2017, $527 million. No major stars, almost no dialogue, a 90-minute film with a $100 million budget. It won 3 Oscars. It's Nolan's most formally radical film and also one of his most profitable. Proof that if you give a filmmaker of his stature a real story and real IMAX cameras, audiences will show up. 6th place, The Odyssey, 2026. It's complicated because The Odyssey opened today. These numbers are projections, not final. Analysts have it landing somewhere between $700 and $850 million total. If those estimates hold, it slots in right here at number 6, $700 and $850 million total. If those estimates hold, it slots in right here at number 6. But early tracking suggests it could push higher. We'll know more in a few weeks. 5th, Interstellar 2014, $764 million, including a 10th anniversary re-release in 2024 that added tens of millions on top of the original run. Anne Hathaway, Matthew McConaughey, Wormholes, a bookshelf in the 5th dimension. It divided critics at the time and now sits in the conversation as one of the great science fiction films ever made. 4th place, Inception, 2010, $836 million. An original screenplay with no IP, no sequel, no safety net, that opened to $160 million in its first weekend and then just kept going for months. Leonardo DiCaprio, Cities Folding in Half, the ending that everyone argued about for a year. At the time, it was the most money anyone had ever spent on an original idea in Hollywood. 3rd place, Oppenheimer 2023, $952 million. A 3-hour R-rated historical drama about a physicist and the atomic bomb. No action sequences, almost no visual effects. It made almost $1 billion. That is an extraordinary thing that will not happen again for a long time, and it happened because Nolan had earned 25 years of audience trust. Runner-up, The Dark Knight, 2008, $1 billion and $6 million. It was the first time people lined up around the block for a midnight showing of a film that was genuinely trying to say something about violence, chaos, and the cost of fighting monsters. Heath Ledger, a performance that redefined what a villain could be. A film that made $1 billion before anyone was quite sure $1 billion was achievable. And the #1 highest-grossing Christopher Nolan film of all time, The Dark Knight Rises, 2012, $1 billion and $85 million. The conclusion of the trilogy. $165 million opening weekend. It overtook The Dark Knight in its first week and never looked back. 3 films, $3 billion. And now Christopher Nolan is in theaters again with his biggest bet yet. That's every Christopher Nolan film ranked by worldwide box office, from $6,000 to over $1 billion. The Odyssey is still writing its chapter. Where do you think it finishes? Drop your prediction in the comments.